Hi guys, if I were to believe the people around me, like, it seems that Anwar can't do anything right. Like, he can't do any one thing right. Everybody around me, it seems, despises Anwar. They hate him. I think they hate him. Like, they hate him, or they have a lot of contempt for him. So much so that I reckon that even if Anwar says that water is wet and fire is hot, they will find some way to find some sort of fault with it. Like, they seem to despise him so much, and they just seem like they can't wait for him to fail. Even when he does something like finally bring the petrol price down. Like, now you assume that this is what we all want, but guess what? Somebody can even find fault with that. Like, not somebody. It seems like everybody around me is finding fault with that. You should hear what some of the things that the people around me are saying about the RON 95 subsidies. 6 cent discount is nothing. It's chicken feed. It's going to be a complete disaster come the September 30 when the RON 95 subsidies roll out. It's going to be a complete disaster. They gave a couple of reasons why, but basically they are saying it's going to be a disaster. They say like everybody is going to be reselling the petrol subsidies that they get on the black market. Be ready for that. So many people are going to open a black market petrol station behind their door, selling the some of the petrol subsidies that they have. People's ICs, personal data will be stolen. And they're asking, what if the 300-liter quota that you get for your petrol is used up? Are you supposed to pay the foreigner rate of 260 per liter? Of course, the most famous one is, how come even the rich are subsidized? Isn't this entire subsidy restructuring is supposed to redistribute the wealth from the rich to the poor? Now, how come even the rich are getting subsidized? So many things they are saying. Now, when I look at other people who wish that Anwar will fail, I can't even say that they are from the opposition. Most of them are not from the opposition. The people around me, most of them are non-Muslims. So I doubt if they are going to be in support of PAS or Perikatan Nasional. They just seem to despise Anwar from a special place in their heart. From the bottom of their heart, they have contempt from him. It's like it's personal. It's like Anwar has offended them in some personal way. Now, when I look at them and I wonder, what is it that caused them to despise Anwar so much? I came up with 3 reasons. Now, these are the 3 reasons why I think that people really, really hate Anwar. Now, not people, some people really, really hate Anwar. Now, reason number 1, I think these people who are hating Anwar so intensely today used to be his number 1 fans. When Anwar won in 2022, I remember most of them were celebrating Anwar's victory as if they won. At that time, I remember I was seen as the odd one out because I wasn't celebrating Anwar's victory. Because for me, it's like, he won. I didn't win. He won. He should celebrate. Why should I celebrate, right? That's my take of it. But these guys were like, hey, we won, as if his victory is equal to them winning. And in 2022, if Anwar said night is bright, day is dark, instead of dismissing what he says as nonsensical, I'm pretty sure this group would have waxed lyrically about the depth of Anwar's wisdom and philosophy. They probably even say, see, this is how he has grown in jail. He spent all this time in jail just gaining wisdom, rising up in philosophy. They were his number 1 fan. Today, if Anwar says that night is dark, day is bright, these very same people will probably retort back to him. They probably ask him, where God, brother? If you turn on the light, even the night can be bright. What if there is a full eclipse? If there is a full eclipse, the day also can be dark. That's what they will retort back, fire back with against him. They will find some way to pick on his faults. I think what has changed between then, 2022, and today, is that the identity of these people that they used to share with Anwar has completely changed. In 2022, these people likely saw themselves in Anwar. If he was prosecuted, if Anwar was prosecuted, they will actually feel as if they are being prosecuted. If Anwar lost, they will feel as if they lost. If Anwar win, they will celebrate as if they won. Today it seems they have finally realized that actually Anwar is Anwar and they are they. If Anwar win, it means Anwar won. It doesn't mean that you won, brother. Right? And not only that, most of them today, they actually feel like they are losers after Anwar won. They feel like, it's like as if they feel like, it's because we voted for Anwar that he became the number one. But after he became the number one, Anwar has taken the side of their opponent and now making them feel like a loser, right? So it's as if they feel they have been betrayed by Anwar. They made Anwar number one, but Anwar has betrayed them by supporting their opponents. And this is probably one of the main reasons why they feel so bitter and betrayed by Anwar. Secondly, I also think that people probably have this misguided sense of what principles mean. Malaysians actually have quite a misguided sense of what principles mean, if you ask me. Malaysians generally, I find that they cannot tell the difference between being principled and being fanatical or being dogmatic. Yes, sometimes when they say be principled, is actually they mean like be fanatical or be dogmatic. For them, it's like the same thing. I remember, for example, when I had a little bit of a kerfuffle with the ex DCM of Penang, Ramasamy. One of his acolytes, not acolyte, one of the guys in his party, his name was Satis. Now Satis criticized me at that time because he criticized me being critical of Ramasamy. And one of the criticism that Satis would levy against me was that it seems that now I suddenly sound more approving of Anwar when previously I was more critical of Anwar, as if that any positive or neutral statement I make about Anwar is equal to me betraying my principles. Even when I read what he said, it occurred to me actually Malaysians don't really know many of the words they say. They know the word, but they just don't understand what it means. Now, unlike what many people, especially in Malaysia, seem to believe, having principles doesn't mean that you should cling to a view like Anwar is evil, Anwar is a bad guy, Anwar has betrayed us, and assume that he's up to no good, even when he keeps his word and finally does something that we all want, like bringing the price of oil down. Having principles actually just means that you have a limit on what you will do to get what you want. That's what being principled means. Let me give you an example. We all want to be rich, right? But if you have principles, you won't steal or take bribes just because you want to be rich. We all want to win. Obviously, we all want to win. But if you have principles, you won't cheat in order to defeat your opponent. If you have principles, you won't do that. This is what principles means. So if you have principles, just because Anwar is on your side, it doesn't mean he's God's gift to mankind. Everything he does is correct. You must support him 100%. Or when he's on the side of those you think that are against you, if he's on the side of your opponent, in other words, it doesn't mean he's the spawn of the devil, like everything that it's you, like it's your duty to all that is good to oppose him. Even if he says something like water is wet or day is bright and night is dark, even if you say something self-evident, you have to find some way to oppose it because he is just the spawn of the devil. A lot of people, even highly educated people, I think they don't understand this. It is probably because they don't understand this that they are hating on Anwar while sincerely believing that their dogmatism, their fanaticism in clinging to the view that Anwar has betrayed us, Anwar is a bad guy, Anwar can't be trusted, Anwar has betrayed Reformasi, and they're clinging to this view, but they assume that they are being principled, that this is how a principled people should behave. And this is part of the reason why I think they're hating on Anwar, because they think it's by principle they're supposed to hate Anwar. Thirdly, I think that many people are just hating on Anwar is because he's winning. This is actually, I think, one of the main reasons also. As they say, winners always stand alone. They stand alone because when you're winning, everybody wants you to like embrace them, and if you don't embrace them, they immediately think that that you are not a worthy winner, and then they will start to try to bring you down lah. So at the end, winners have to suppose stand alone. When Anwar was a newly minted winner, I suppose only his challenges, political challenges, maybe in Bersatu or in past, that wanted to bring him down. But now that he looks like he's a top-notch winner, like I mean, he really looks like he has like defeated all his political challenges lah. Now that he looks like he's a top-notch winner, everybody seems to be joining forces to bring him down lah. Because he's like a top-notch winner now, I think he shouldn't be surprised lah that nobody seems to have anything good to say about him lah. I don't know about this other people, but the crowd around me is like, I would say they are like tertiary educated, English speaking. Yeah, this is at this stage of his victory, I think people who approve of Anwar's being on top, even if there are many, they will probably only murmur their approval. They won't say it loudly, they'll just say it under their breath. While those who disapprove of his victory, even if there are a few, they are going to shout it from the rooftop for everybody to hear. So I suppose when if Anwar hears the shouts of people from the rooftop saying like, you know what, down with Anwar, like, oh, they are picking on his fault, finding some of his mistake, we shouldn't think that he's going to lose. I think rather he should just take pleasure in the fact that their ruckus is probably a sign that he has now reached the status of a top-notch winner. Alright, so if he keeps at it, maybe he will soon reach the level of an unassailable or apex winner. And when he has reached that level, he will know that he is an apex winner when those who are dogmatically and fanatically despising him today will suddenly see the light and begin to sing his praises, while those who only murmured or muttered their support for him under their breath, they will suddenly declare it publicly. They will declare it in the street. They will challenge people. If anyone dare to find fault with their declaration of support for Anwar, come face me. They will be daring. So if that happens, it means that he's already a apex winner. So anyway, I'm saying this because I think this is how the world works. As the saying goes, there is nothing new under the sun. So from history, from my understanding of history, from my reading, from my own observation and experience, I think this is what is happening. I think Anwar is currently a top-notch winner. If he becomes a apex winner, then the people who are despising him now, who have nothing but contempt for him today, will become his admirer. Anyway, this is what I think. I wanted to share this with you guys. As always, thank you for watching, guys. Have a good day, and stay safe as always, and see you again in the next episode. Take care.